Well, good evening, everybody. I know it's been a while. Matt from MTM Farms, thanks for joining me tonight. Just wanted to show you my take on a pig waterer. Um, so many different options, so many different ways to do this. I've seen thousands of different things on Facebook. It's cool. Whatever works for you is great. Here's what works for me. So, in our pens, I started to make hog waterers that look like this, okay? So, it's just Schedule 40 gas pipe, half inch. All right. And what I'll do is I'll cut out some brackets. These are going to be 2-inch by 3-inch brackets. I'll weld two of them on, drill some holes in them. And I do this on my hog panels because I can take a 2x4 and clamp it to the hog panel, which works out really great because I can position it wherever I want. I can raise it, I can lower it, whatever I need. So if you got growers that are getting taller and taller and taller, you can raise your waterer as you need to. Well, the problem that we ran into is my farrow house is plumbed with PVC. I've got PVC on one side for the sows to drink, 4 stalls, and I've got PVC on their back sides down low for the piglets to drink. Now, the sows, obviously, when they're in there, they're getting bored, they're getting tired, whatever. They want something to do. They start messing with their waterers. And the waterer was PVC all the way down to where they could drink. I had one sow recently, broke the water pipe 3 times, flooded out the farrow house, got her and her piglets all soaking wet. It was a nightmare, okay? She did it a bunch of times. So I've decided to take my waterer design, I'm sure it's not mine, but this is what I do, from the panels, and I'm going to put it in the hog house. Because that farrow house is made out of steel drilling pipe, old steel drilling pipe. Reclaimed drilling pipe is what it is. And so what I can do is I can actually screw this with self-toppers direct to that drilling pipe, okay? I chose 30 inches because from about this point on, she's not going to be able to even touch any of this, all right? And she can mess with the bottom half all she wants. She's not going to be able to break it, all right? The next thing I decided to do was I'm swapping from PVC to PEX, okay? PEX is more expensive, but it's so much easier to work with. Here's the PEX tubing. This is half-inch tubing. I recently used it to plumb my entire shop with air. You can see on the ceiling over there, I've got air ran all the way around the building, down to my compressor, to all the spools and everything. So really, really great stuff to work with. Maybe not in the wintertime because it's super duper hard. But anyway, the PEX is going to allow me the flexibility at the top end so that she can't break it. And using T's like this and elbows and stuff, I can route the water, down to each one of the sows without a problem. So the expense kind of is made up by the fact of the time, the sheer time that you're gonna save in doing this. So when I was talking about expense, like these are half-inch female pipe thread, okay, and I think they're about $7.50 a piece. All right, so that'll thread right into the top of the pipe, like this one right here. The other end is a slip connection, and I mean it's just you just push it in, boom, done. And the nice thing about these is these can be released and reused. So it's not exactly a one-time deal. Kind of like PVC, you know, once you use an elbow and glue it in, boom, you're done if it breaks or whatever. With PEX, you can actually release it and use it again. On the other end, I use a half-inch pipe thread because your standard hog nipple is half-inch male pipe thread, okay? Now, they do have baby nipples, which are slightly smaller. These are 3/8 pipe threads, so if you wanted to use these, I have a couple that I do use for the babies. You would just need to reduce that down from half-inch to 3/8, no big deal. All right, so yeah, that's my take on a bulletproof hog waterer. The last thing I need to do is I'm just going to wire brush all these up real quick, and then I'm just going to shoot some black paint for corrosion. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's steel gas pipe, Matt. It's going to rust. It's going to block up your filter. You're going to have problems. You are correct. But here's what I've learned over the past 7 years of raising hogs with my wife. I don't really care what water source you have. I don't really care how clean you believe it to be. These little screens, whether you're on city water or well water, are going to catch every bit of crud you can possibly imagine, and they're going to clog up. Period. End of story. So what I've learned is you've got to take these off periodically. You got to check them regularly and make sure you're getting water pressure. And then you've got to take them off periodically and take these filters off. They screw right out the back and blow them out. There's just no way around it. I don't care what water source you got. You're going to do it. Trust me. So I don't really care that this gas pipe is going to corrode and it's going to send rust down to this filter. Doesn't matter because I periodically take these off and clean them anyway. Another thing. So these nipples, right? These nipples are probably $10-12 at your local feed store or Tractor Supply or whatever farm store you got in your part of the country. That's kind of expensive, right? Well, so I have found on Amazon for like $27, you get a box of 10 of these bad boys. I order a couple of boxes. I keep them on hand, and I swap them out when these start pissing all over the place and won't stop leaking. And then I throw a bunch of them in a box, and I'll go through and change the O-rings, whatever, try and fix them, throw them away, doesn't matter. I stopped buying the feed store / Tractor Supply $12 ones, and I started buying the box of 10 from Amazon for $27. I mean, $2.70 a piece versus $12. Come on, you can't go wrong. Just look up hog water or hog nipple, and it'll come up. It's a box of 10. I've bought 2 or 3 boxes over the years. I just placed another order for 2 boxes because I noticed I'm completely out. I mean, they're so cheap now that I don't even bother trying to rebuild them anymore. I just throw them away and swap it out if I have to. There's a spring, an O-ring, and that filter in the back. When you take the filter off, the rod will pop out with the spring and the O-ring. You can swap the O-rings out. I've done it, but I haven't had great success all the time. They'll leak again real soon. So I just toss them. At $2.70 a piece, it's worth the money. But anyway, so there's my hog waterers. There's my PEX. This is about ready to go. I'm going to paint these up, put them in the stalls, rip out all the PVC, be done with that for good. And hopefully my girls will not be breaking water lines. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to try to continue to post more videos like I used to back in the day. Get back going with the whole social media thing. But anyway, thanks. Bye.